Recording all good, nobody?
Yep.
Okay, so as Cinder is am I saying that am I saying the name correctly, Cinder?
Yes.
Yeah. As Cinder is working away sketching out some blueprints from memory of a railgun.
Roll 22.
You are currently sitting. I don't have a ship model there, but you're currently sitting about at the helm of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Just sitting at a small table that you've nailed to the ship.
Yeah, that sounds like Cinder.
As you see Earth's character fly over and go into the ship
Well, he was
to turn off a non-existent oven.
Well, not my problem. As I go back to sketching.
And not too long after, you hear Urame and Blue.
Urime.
Fuck.
Again.
Sorry, Himiko and Blue
Thank you.
arrive back at the ship. I would say to Blue, I would say to Sky and Unreal to roll a perception check, please.
Oh god. Perception, huh?
Perception.
Yes, perception, not deception. There's a difference.
Perception. Both of us?
He said at least me.
Okay.
10 on my end.
Blue.
And what did you get, Sky?
Hold on. 12.
Okay, you two just managed to pass. You see some snow on the ramp onto the ship, but you also see a barrel that seems to be surrounded by snow.
Another goddamn mimic.
That shouldn't be here. There shouldn't be snow at this kind of temperature. She'll have Tsubaki investigate. The little fox, that is. For those of you who cannot remember her name.
Living
Yes.
bait.
No, it's just the fact that every long rest I can summon her back if she dies. So it's a bit more.
Yes, living bait.
So she's slightly more expendable than a lot of other things are.
So yeah, as Sabaki investigates the barrel and the snow just seems like regular snow. But Sabaki starts growling at the barrel.
We know you're in there. Get out of it.
Barrel noises.
Roll deception.
If this genuinely passes, I'm gonna laugh.
I'm dead.
And roll insight on your part, Unreal.
20.
When I be perception, insight is different. Perception, it would be against deception.
Insight is my.
Yes,
Well,
it
you're trying to look past the deception, so you're.
Perception you would use
Is there
against.
any chance I can just look over the side of it and just aim
A
the shotgun
dirty
at it?
I just said.
Sure, go ahead.
Just don't.
Look over the side of the ship, just aiming a shotgun at the barrel.
Roll intimidation.
Me?
Yes.
Yes, you.
Unique type of shit. The barrel.
Where
In the
is
barrel.
my die? There it is. 13 plus 3, that's 16.
Yeah, that works. I would advise you to pop out of the barrel now.
They will just pop out and just more as you see it. You see more. You just see snow start coming out of the barrel as well.
Oh yeah.
So that's
I feel like
fun.
I have this.
Hmm.
Ah, fun.
You're like a snow fae or something.
No. How do I explain it? Have you ever been cold but can't get rid of the cold?
No.
Sounds cold.
As you see it, they're basically made
A
of fire.
fae. Yeah, I'm a fire fae.
Okay. Do you know how you get hot but can never cool down?
Well, I can control my temperature, so I'm not sure about that one either.
My God, these guys. This is a weird one.
You get used to it after a while.
Eh,
I've given up trying to understand it at this point.
to be fair, my friend told me to be warned of an annoying vampire. Do you know where that one is?
Your friend?
Yeah, about yay small, kind of green, light to float.
The pixie.
They were a fairy, not a pixie.
Hmm.
Can't
So
say they
yeah.
met one. Apologies.
Well, she did say this party would be the death of her, so and didn't want to deal with a dragon. So yeah, it's surprised if you didn't think you don't want to remember her.
If I had the guess or some sort of snore golem. As she then puts the shotgun away, goes back to what she was doing.
No golem.
So at this point, Sabaki very much not well. At this point, Sabaki's like somewhat calm and just starts playing in the snow because they've started to miss the snow.
So yes.
Yeah, I'll just let her.
Ah yes. Now I'm looking for someone actually. They are my pet. I cannot find them anywhere. Do you know where they are?
No, I'm not quite sure what you're speaking of.
They're like a dragon, annoying as fuck, but a loyal friend.
The only dragon we've seen is ginormous and looks like it's melting. Apologies, but I don't think we've seen this
Yeah,
friend pet of
yeah,
yours.
yeah. Eh, that pet is annoying anyway. So good they're not here.
Well, damn.
I was gonna say something, but that would be spoilers, because I believe I know precisely who you're referring to.
Yes, and I've been
I know because I'm the DM, but yeah.
and I know too because I'm gonna deal with that. I'm dealing with them in a minute. So, where's this annoying as vampire I was told about?
I'm not sure. He was with us earlier, and then he kind of just left. Have you seen him, Cinder?
Somebody's gonna keep her mouth shut. Not my problem.
You guys also just hear, "Ah, fuck, damn it, that hurt," from the bottom, from inside the ship.
I assume that might be the annoying vampire.
I would not
Cinder.
say so. It doesn't sound like him, I'll say that. I never heard him curse
Oh.
before.
Yeah, no, that is not him.
Mind you, yous aren't just the only ones on the ship. The elf at what was his name again? Fuck.
Write it
You
down!
you're yeah, I know. I should write it down. Himiko's elf friends also on the ship.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's with us. I don't know his name, but he's with us.
Yeah, we got an NPC on the ship.
Yes.
Well, I guess then this is a unique batch of people.
That's one way to put it. Or well, as far as I've noticed, we are.
Hmm.
Then
I
again,
now
I'm not
see
sure if
why
there's
they said this
anything in
party
this
would be
kind
the
of
death of
area.
them.
Well,
Blue just turns into a puddle.
And do you have a question for not as Cinder but as a player? Didn't the group last session find something that I can mess with?
They found some ruins, and was um, it was a small little box. They couldn't quite open it, I think.
and who has the box, by the way? I forgot.
I think it was hang on.
If it's the one person that's not here, then forget I said anything.
Yeah. Pretty sure they have it.
That's gonna get delayed then for later.
Yep. So, do you have a rest before you set back off to towards the mountain?
Let's see. Yes, we do. I need to recover spell slots.
Sure.
Okay.
I thought pretty much we're just gaining 1 health, but sure.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't have a dark version of this map, so just play it off as night. As most of you rest, Himiko,
Mm-hmm.
you have a vision of giants.
I have a what?
A vision
Uh-oh. That can't be good.
of giants writing down ancient ruins. You recognize the runes as the ones that you saw down in the you recognize the runes that they're making. It looks sort of like the you you see the runes. They look like the magic runes you saw down in the place
The
that
down
ruins
the
we
you
found
just came
before.
out. Yeah, but you now understand their language.
Damn. And what language is that?
Giant. More specifically, ancient giant.
Ancient giant. Is that even on this list?
No, you'll have to put it down as a custom language.
We gotta find it. Where is the custom option?
Mm,
I can't find it.
I found it. They're using D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I'm using D&D Beyond.
Go to your where you're viewing the whole thing first. Go to proficiencies and training. Hit manage. And then hit choose an option. Language. No one added.
And, Could you say the last bit again? I have the thing open, but I didn't quite.
Choose an option,
Ain't
language, and it will let you name it whatever.
No, it doesn't.
Share screen. Thank you. I'm gonna share my screen. I can show you.
Can you watch?
That's what I'm
Technical
doing.
error mid-campaign. Fun. Never truly have a campaign without these sort of failures.
You click on this.
Uh-huh.
Click on this thing. And you click this thing. And you click this thing. And then you name it!
There
So then you click another thing. Were you clicking on every single button that ever exists in the world, or what?
Well, then you will find it eventually.
Yeah, as long as if you keep clicking buttons, it'll appear.
How do I write ancient again? I've completely forgotten. Ancient.
that's right.
Ancient. Giant.
Tell me when you've done with that.
Yeah.
Done.
So, I was just looking back at some things that I did write down. Nobody?
Mhm.
It was Unreal who had the thing.
Okay.
If
But
I'm the
yeah.
one who has the box, I'll hand it over to Cinder and ask her to look at it.
Yeah. As soon as Cinder touches the box bursts into flames and sort of dissipates into smoke, and what is left is a what looks to be another piece of antimatter rifle.
Won't you look at that?
Did you just burn a box by touching it?
If I had to guess,
So it
there's some sort of ancient rune or whatever that if a fire fey touches it, it opens it like that.
Most things I touch just start turning to ice. Never seen something burst into flames.
It's a rune. Anyway, thank you for this. Believe that's 3 out of 6.
You're welcome.
Yep.
I'm not sure what that is.
Okay. So, it is now the next day. Yous are all rested. And you set off towards the mountain, back towards the mountain.
On a trip in a favorite rocket ship.
Swimming through
It
the sky.
is
Not this.
this mountain here.
When someone starts, I'm bound to end up continuing it. I'm sorry, but that's how it is with me.
And it's too quiet, so we have to start some dumb shit now.
Which mountain, Lachlan?
Yeah.
Hang on.
I see 4 different mountains. Which one? The one with many or the one with just one?
This one.
Okay.
The giant
That's
one. That's...
where the dragon we're following supposedly went.
Hmm.
Okay.
According to the higher being known as the DM.
Like him.
Maybe I might find my pet there.
Also, the Gallon also told yous. But yeah, as you fly over here, you decide to set the ship down by Dorville.
Warville.
Yes, that's what that town is called.
Dorville.
Sounds like a
Dorville.
wild
The
boy.
most scariest thing
Door
you can
dwarf.
encounter in
It's-
a D&D. A door.
So they named
Yeah.
they named
Right.
the town after a object.
But
It's
strangely
just
enough,
Vale, not
when you do land and look around, they strangely don't actually have any doors.
Yeah,
It's
because
called
they're the
doors because they don't have doors. That's funny.
Yeah, because you miswrote Ville.
The town
So
named
it's
after
Door
the
Vile.
They mostly have these little beads connected to strings as
They
doors.
don't like doors because the way you wrote the name, it makes sense they don't have any doors because they find them unpleasant.
You also notice that most of the inhabitants here are dwarves.
dwarves
Okay.
without doors.
Interesting.
You
well.
think they have a certain door is just certain character they are.
Hmm.
It is also obvious that this place is quite a bit more technologically advanced than most of the other places.
I'll walk up to. Can I walk up to one of these doorless dwarfs?
I'm gonna go look at a tinkerer's or a smith shop. Bye. And then it just disappears.
You do see one right in front of. You do see one as you walk in through the gates of the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
And yeah, but yeah, you walk off before you hear this, but some people yell out. Some guards yell out to the group, which you don't notice because you've already wandered off.
Yep.
Saying, you need to come with us to the Dorville's dwarven leader.
So the leader of the doorless dwarfs.
Yes,
Doors in
yes,
It's
sir. I
true.
know. It wasn't our idea. It was made by our ancestors who were very much assholes.
They're very smart.
As you see this dwarf just face
So we'll just
palming.
blind.
Not
Door-
gonna
Because
tell
of the
you
way
the
she is.
stuff that I'm looking
Door
for later.
bolt. The doorless doors.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go to the doorless dwarfs leader.
You.
As
Oh, you need
most
that
of the
blanket.
party goes to the leader.
You can't do anything.
Yeah. Once you get to the center of town, you see what looks to be a small castle, but not too. You see it's shaped like a castle, but you notice it's just the size of an ordinary house.
Guard, where's the front door?
Doors, so they were outlawed here.
Where's the entrance? Or you should be saying.
Yes.
He points to some beads hanging from a doorway.
So you keep the doorway, but not the door.
Yes. We had so much trouble with doors that we just ended up getting rid of them.
What direction to go? She did
Probably
not want to
so
take part in
done with
whatever
this
that
party
conversation
already.
was.
So
The one time I get to make the puns, I'm going to.
you're gonna make this one little kingdom very bad.
Yes.
Oh no! Oh no, I have my short jokes already lined up to insult gnomes. I'm reusing them for dwarfs now, and I've got a decent amount.
So, adventurers,
Dwarves that has doorways.
I'm guessing you are here to deal with the dragon that's made its home in the mountain.
Yes, we are. Yes, it must be very unfortunate for you not to be mining in the mountain anymore.
We stopped mining there centuries ago.
The dwarves don't dig here? That's interesting.
Mostly because we've had to worry about a lot of children going missing.
Probably because there's no doors.
There's a player comment, Blue does not speak.
uh, leader of the doorless dwarves. What shall we call you?
You can call me Madstein.
Meta what now?
Madist what?
Metathine.
Matistein.
Medathine?
Yeah.
I will just call you Mad. That's easier.
That's disrespectful.
He then snaps his fingers and some guards come over to you and put a ball gag in your mouth.
Bruh.
That should shut him up. We've had lots of people come in here like that. Every guard carries around a ball gag now. So, do you have a plan to deal with the dragon? Or would you want our help?
What color was the
Oh,
dragon?
boy.
This is the question I
It's
asked.
not here. I guess
What
I have the
color
one
was
that's
the
a
fucking dragon?
You know what color it is.
Oh, was the silver one? Oh, great.
Yeah.
Ray just gestures to someone to pull out the ball gag.
Okay, temporarily remove it, guards.
Okay, thank you. Now, what is the best bet? I have an idea to defeat this dragon. Now, what solves all problems? You freeze it and smash it.
I don't know if that's going to work on that thing.
Blue is gonna hold out his great sword because after you said that.
Slime are great. The slime is on point. Let us freeze it and smash it.
Certain things seem their
I
shit
believe
wander
someone
off
called him
immediately.
Plasmoid before. I believe that's the more correct term.
No, I'm glad you did. This is so much funnier.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I believe
Yeah, I'm the only one that can actually
Plasmoid
speak to
was
royalty.
Plasmoid once. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Maddistoria, whatever that was. Have you by
Einstein.
chance seen a tiny floating dragon who's annoying as fuck? Because that's my pet and I kind of lost them.
I have not.
Where the hell is that annoying fucker anyway?
Mm,
So, do you have another companion that's easier to talk to, or are you all like this?
Spoilers.
Eh, there is a one that is kinda on fire, but they kind of walked off.
I think by now Gar would have found me and brought me in, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm
Speaking of the one,
moving. Oh.
speaking of the one on fire, there they are.
What the fuck did you three do?
You stood there and they asked us to come along, okay?
And
And then
I don't
the
think
new
they like
guy
my
decided to make a full
me.
fuss out of nothing.
Yeah, I don't think any rural family would like people making fun of their customs.
It's not my fault there's no doors.
Stop
Yeah, but
making
it doesn't mean you should
jokes.
point it out in every sentence that comes out of your mouth. That's quite
The-
disrespectful.
Matathime clears his throat and says, "Are you just gonna sit there arguing, or do I have to put the freezing thing into the dungeon?"
No, sir, that
The
is not
freezing thing
necessary.
is not with us, but I don't really care what you do with that thing.
So, I believe we were summoned here because of the dragon problem. Number one, she's talking to herself.
Yes, that is correct, Cinder. That is why we're here.
And then they're
They're
asking if
asking
we
if
have
we
a plan or if we're
and they're
trying to
asking
deal
if
with
we
it.
would like
Okay.
assistance.
So Cinder will just kind of think for a bit. She's staring at nothing but also everything. Going through everything in her head. Well, might be able to make... It depends on where it is. You say it's in the mountain, but where in the mountain?
We've had a few people survey the place from afar, and we think it's made home in an ancient cave at the close to the peak of the mountain.
You're very technologically advanced, correct?
Yes.
Hmm. What I would like to ask is that, if possible, could I have your help in building a... This might sound a bit scandalous, but a door to keep the dragon from getting out.
A door? A door? A door?
And it's the one
Big
thing that
Okay.
will protect your people.
Okay, if not a door, how about this? How about
A wall?
a wooden slab?
I think
That-
wood is going to be able to contain that thing.
I just had to do that for the funny.
Yeah, I know.
What? We will make what? It'll be a
Remember,
door, but we
it's
just have to give it a different name.
Well, as long as it's not in the city, it's fine.
All we need help is making not only a technological... We need to make sure it's not able to be opened by anything or anyone.
Okay.
In fact, if anything, do you happen to know something called dead magic?
I don't. You might be able to find stuff in the forbidden section of the library. Or you could go visit one of the smaller towns to the
West.
to the west.
I have the map.
Sorry, I don't get out very much.
Your royal dwarfness? The oceans to the west. Do you mean the
No,
east?
no, you're not thinking of it. It is west. If you look at the map,
Oh yeah, east and west on different sides, I forgot. Forgot how compass worked.
retract your statement.
I like to erase my statement from the courts.
I think he needs a new teacher. How old are you, son?
Oh god.
Me?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm
Last I
just going
checked,
to
about... Yeah, 19?
Librarian for like a few hundred years.
So you're old.
At this point, Cinder is going to grab... What's the name of your character again, Ollie?
Ray.
Ray? Okay. You know what, Ray? How about you take a walk outside for a little bit? Go!
Am I just being shown the back door now?
Yes!
I know. Hmm.
How scandalous! You mentioned the door twice.
Anyway,
Only
what I would
two.
like help with is not only making it, but also coding it in dead magic, so that way anyone who touches it is not able to use magic of any sort. That would guarantee no one could open the door with magic, or no one could even open the door itself, if we make it heavy enough
Well-
and strong enough.
Well, none of us really know much about magic, which is why we went into the whole technological stuff. But I think you might be able to find some stuff related to dead magic in the ancient section of the library, or in the towns, some of the towns to the west and southwest.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna draw up the sketches for the doors. As she turns to Himiko, do you think you can probably go find me the dead magic books? You and Blue?
Yes, I should be able to do that. She'll then find the way out.
He then stops you for a second. So which one of you is the leader?
None of us.
Please don't tell me he's that one out there.
Because the Fire Fae here seems to be more in charge than anyone.
She has more of a leader instinct than the rest of us, but we don't really have a distinct leader.
I am the furthest away from a leader. Certain.
It's definitely not the
Well-
slime. It's definitely not the Iceman you saw before. But I guess that would be me.
Well, I have a little offering for you.
Okay.
As he then hands you what looks to be a mask. Hang on. Let me just. I'll send it in the thing so you know what it looks like.
Send it in the thing.
How
That
long is
says
it gonna be
nothing.
in?
No. No.
No,
absolutely
Allie.
not.
No, we must not.
Where are you?
I now
sending it?
know what I gotta research.
Hang on. Deciding which mask to give you.
Nice one, Sky.
Yeah, this unhinged if you this. God damn it.
I gave him a hit to the back of the head. Don't worry.
She did.
Albeit
So,
not a very hard one, but just like a light slap to the back of the head.
it must be one of those automatic doors. Don't hit that hard.
You'd be surprised. The ones at our clinic actually have almost squeezed people before.
And the ones at my college are kind of weak. They're mostly broken.
Two spinning doors. I'm just like, absolutely no. I'll take another way.
Interesting.
Hmm.
You know what? Now I
you
understand why
go.
there's no doors here.
They give you that mask.
Swing mask.
Peter, take the cost.
Interesting.
Unsettling secret. The wearer's deepest fears.
That?
Interesting.
Who's gonna put the mask on?
I'll just.
How long does it
keep
take for the
for now. I'm
tattoo?
not gonna wear it, but I am gonna keep it for now.
I wonder who has the worst
Stop
fears
them.
that they don't want to be found.
He then sends one of his guards to deliver a note to the best craftsman in the town for you.
Do you have like a big open area that I can use here? It would help me plan it out better or sketch better.
Let me think. There is a huge park just out the back side of the library.
Yeah, that'll work. As Cinder now starts heading that way. Oh, wait.
We'll have to pause it for a second. I need the bathroom.
Okay.
Yep.
I think just as a little side note for me then, I'm gonna quickly go grab Ray
Just talk
to
amongst
keep him
yourselves.
out of danger.
out of danger, you mean out of being out away from any other dwarf in this entire city.
You are not trusted to be alone,
Oh no.
or you will get jumped. I 100% know it. You will get jumped.
Ah yes, all you hear is firebolt. Seconds later, just a giant explosion is about to take place in the middle of the town.
I love how the Tinker is the fucking leader. Jesus Christ. I didn't expect Cinder to be somewhat of a leader character.
Yeah, no, you kind of just subconsciously do that with most of your characters.
Probably a solid leader. I'm thinking about a cinder block just so just in mind.
Cinder block.
Yeah, when we used cinder earlier, he literally found a picture of a cinder block and asked like this. Well, the question was directed at me, so it was, of course it was asked in the region.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome
I
back.
want you to know that Ray's also with me.
No longer allowed
Okay.
to be alone.
Actually,
I
being
have to have a.
dragged
I must
along
be.
by-
I need supervision.
Okay. Sky and Unreal roll investigation for finding books about dead magic.
It's- Why Sky?
I'm not a
I
magician of some sort.
asked Sky to go with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, well, I have +0 because I have a low in, but sure.
Well,
5.
either of you. So
12.
I would like the 12.
Yeah, when I'm walking around in public, I use disguise self because I do actually have that. I'll just look like a child.
from your investigation in the library, you find one book about dead magic. You do?
Uh-huh.
Um, it basically says well, actually, wait first. Take it. Do you choose to take it back to Cinder?
Well, yeah. If I find something, I'll take it with me back.
Okay.
So, Cinder, was it?
Yeah.
If we're going to create a you know what, shouldn't we have a hammer and some wood?
Well, first thing we need to do is sketch it out. Number 1. Number 2, we're not making this thing out of wood. That would just be stupid. Hello.
Hey,
Door jokes, you.
Welcome,
You missed the door jokes.
It was so funny.
I believe
You'll find out later when I go round 2.
missing all the darn door jokes. But okay.
I have okay.
They've made it to Dorville.
Yeah, and they have no doors, and they are dwarves. They're doorless dwarves.
Earth, your
If you have
mic is
any issues with your mic or something, because you're not.
Oh, there we go. Hey, he was there for a second.
No.
Lachlan's world building is equivalent to a Dr. Seuss book.
The doorless dwarves. Yeah. Yeah. So Cinder,
Okay,
do you
so
want to
you
pay
It's
were-
some?
inspired by multiple different quills. They're at Dorville.
Dorvile.
Where on the? Oh, why are you? Okay, so you guys are a continent away from Gallon.
No, you're on the ship.
Oh, sick! What happened?
We ran back to the ship to turn off that stove we don't
Oh
have.
yeah, I remember. I remember this. The non-existent stove. I mean, we do have a lady who is the proud owner of a
Toaster. Yeah.
Bluetooth toaster. So you know, fair
Bluetooth.
What?
assumption. I mean, cool. So what have I missed?
Doors.
So
That's it. No doors.
we
Oh, there's
found
two
where
You
the
doors.
dragon is, and
introduction of our new character.
we're trying to make
They're
it
trying
to
to
where
think
the
of a
entrance
way
is.
to trap it. They
Yeah.
are.
Because it was
Okay, it's
sealed
made
for
out
a
of
reason.
mercury.
I was gonna say freeze
Here's
and
the thing. The
smash
thing is
it.
direct question. Okay,
Yeah.
so the thing is full of souls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
If we
Um,
could get the souls out,
Thing is, the one way you can get those souls out is wishing for that, but then you are stuck with the one soul that wished for it.
Yeah, I'm not-
Earth.
yeah.
You also missed me remembering that I have a cantrip and a first level spell. Disguise self and
Prestidigitation, nice.
yeah. I could
Okay,
just clean
cool.
whatever I want to do.
Currently, Cinder is making a blueprint for a giant magical
Metal
door that
door.
will stop people. Giant
Let's just call
magical
it a
metal
gate
door.
so that we don't insult the dwarves too much.
Yeah, and you know what? A giant you know what it is, because we can't say the word
So
door
we're
here.
making a giant door.
Yes.
Yes! A giant door.
Why?
Because it's the traps a dragon.
To try and
Okay,
trap the
well-
dragon in the cave.
What about the walls, though?
Considering it's a mountain, I don't think that's much of a problem.
So we're just gonna place a door onto a cave and expect a mercury dragon to knock it out.
That's what
Yes.
it sounds like.
It's
You-
gonna, it's
you
gonna
guys
be
do realize-
it's gonna be reinforced with dead magic and a bunch of magic protection spells.
My fear is not the door. My fear is the cave. Here's the issue. Here's the issue. I would think of this, but Galen wouldn't. So you guys can do whatever the hell you want.
Think of it because of what he's read. In that
Lachlan,
one
I
shot
shall
we
repeat
did.
once again. What happens if I put the leftover heart into the mercury dragon? Kaboom!
No, it would most likely make it slightly weak and then make it much stronger.
Food
Okay,
poisoning.
Lachlan, can I ask what my current fear level is at? Like, percentile, because I need to now know for forecast.
First percentile.
Yes, what is that right now? Like 20?
Currently 20.
Okay,
He was
I'm
very
gonna...
distressed being bowl gagged.
Yeah, I will then cast Prestidigitation to summon a non-magical trinket in the form of a pencil.
The fuck?
40, thank goodness, that spell isn't going to hell. Here's a pencil for you, so you can make it.
I already have one, but okay.
You have more.
Okay.
We could
She
solidify
continues
it.
drawing with the freaking mechanical pencil she made herself.
Okay. So if we, okay, cool.
At this point, Galen has come off the ship and came to where you are.
Yeah, of course.
Trying to
So you're
understand
the
the
annoying
nonsense that's going
vampire I
on
was
over
told
there.
about.
I don't think you heard that.
I'm waiting. I'm looking something up. So we could freeze it.
Could we actually freeze it?
It's only minus
The idea of
40,
freezing
so-
it is my idea is gonna
It's
work.
made out of mercury. Mercury freezes at minus 38.
The
Yeah,
problem
even
is
okay.
getting
Earth is a green.
near the dragon.
Galen can probably stall.
Earth is agreeing with my idea. Let's do it.
Okay, another idea.
Is everyone here at the same time?
Okay, so what if? Okay, so I
Yes,
have a very
everyone is
stupid
here.
idea. I have a very stupid idea here. What if, because okay, so other metals dissolve in mercury, right?
That's correct.
Except for iron, of course. So what we could do is we could, if we get a large amount of gold, we could put it into the dragon, and it would stop it from flying.
Overweight dragon.
It would be way heavier.
Where are we gonna get the gold from?
I don't know. I'm not rich.
Neither am I.
If I
But also,
have to
wait,
think about
sodium.
it,
Wait, isn't sodium in salt?
It is.
If our plan is to actually freeze the thing, then I might
okay.
have another idea.
We're off
Wait,
this. We're
wait,
off the
wait,
freezer dragon, the
wait,
wonderful
wait.
dragon that was found.
It is. Wait, if we get a fuck ton of salt,
Oh,
because
God.
sodium is in salt, we can deal damage to it.
But there's also another. But here's the,
So
we
if
also
we
have.
shove this thing into the sea, it will die.
And there's also another thing. You forget there's chlorine,
Okay,
chloride,
Dorville.
which
Okay.
indicates it's acidic.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but acids don't work. It's the sodium that's gonna help.
So you're
So what
saying
we
we need a
could
bunch
do-
of salt.
Okay, so what we could do is instead of trying to trap the thing, because it's just gonna get out. Let's be honest, this thing is made out of liquids. We could attract it out, put it over the ocean, considering that it does not seem to be scared of flying over an ocean or the sea or whatever. We either A, freeze it in midair, or B, shove it full of gold in midair. It falls into the sea, it should dissolve.
One problem: how are we going to shove gold in it while it's in the air if it's a liquid?
Which is why, bringing back to my freezing question. Do you have a spell that can actually freeze shit?
Not
Yes,
me,
I
I'm-
do. I have many different spells that can freeze stuff.
Okay. And if I were to make a thing that would enhance it times 10, do you think you'd be able to freeze it?
Depends on what the spell is.
Well, we can use snowballs, we can use frostbite, we can use shape water, we can use a ray of frost. How would you like to freeze this thing?
Shape water would not work. We need something that is 40 degrees below the freezing point.
Okay, then snowballs it is.
Okay, so we need then. Actually,
Okay, but now we have one more problem. We have one more problem. We need to attract this thing over a sea.
Oh, that would be easy. Antagonize it.
Gallon could do that.
Yeah.
Gallon,
yeah.
Gallon, I'm almost sure
Um,
has to be faster than Meg.
Unreal?
Huh?
Roll perception for me.
Oh boy. My computer went black again.
And we
Hang on, I
also
gotta
do have
look it up.
another problem in that if Gallon
Another
touches
goddamn
the sea,
professional, huh?
he might be fucked.
Which is why we
18.
need the ship to lure it over. The ship can fly.
Yeah, but I think it's faster than the ship though.
Oh. Oh, well.
No, the ship is as fast as it.
Okay, what if? Okay, okay. Can we make a plan C?
Okay.
Ship
So-
above dragon.
Yeah.
Drop ship.
Uh,
What
Here's
about
the thing.
people on the ship?
I
also,
Cinder can
if
fly,
the
this is a
Captain.
plan
Let's
C
give
for a
everyone
reason.
else
This is not plan
space
A, this is
in
not plan B.
town.
Gallon can fly. I can fly.
what? We have a problem. The
I
dragon's
cannot.
liquid. Are you sure? If I know what
You
happens when
puddle
liquid
and
hits
this is
solid,
eliminate all damage.
liquid goes above the solid because the
Yeah,
We're
Yeah,
freezing it,
w-
number one.
w-
Number
w-
two, the moment it hits
Well,
the
if we
salt
no- if
water,
we
it's going
don't-
to die.
we're freezing it, we're shoving it full of gold, and we're dropping a ship on it. I don't think it matters. How did we get here?
I don't know.
know.
I don't know. I'm just being assaulted.
What's your perception, Unreal?
18.
18. You notice there's not very many children, even though it's a very bustling city.
Oh yeah, that's right. Something's happening to the children.
That means. What do you mean? And we're just gonna ignore that. Lachlan,
Something happened
They
on the
don't have
mountain.
doors. It's their fault.
Lachlan vaguely dropped the idea by us.
can we ignore the
Again,
children?
And questioning us about the damn dragon.
Yes.
We haven't had the time to think about it.
Can we ignore the children being used for fucking making of Chinese phones and focus on the Mercury Dragon, please?
Yes, I like that idea. We
There
can
are
take care of
less
the
children. We can
kids
deal,
later.
I promise you, we already have another motherfucker to deal with who takes care of children.
If we're worried
Uh,
about the whole gold problem, there is one place we can probably stop by and actually do that, but 'cause I have
We
this
have a
thing
bag
called
of-
heat metal.
We have
and I
a
can-
bag of wait. Lachlan is the Lachlan. I still have the bag of holding with the bagman, right?
Isn't it still? Isn't it
Yes.
full of honey right now?
Plan D. Bag of yes, it is full of honey.
Yeah, so you're gonna chuck into
What-
honey now.
What happens when you mix mercury with honey?
Not sure.
Let's Google it and actually
You
find
mix
out.
Oh my
Mer-
god.
Mercury with honey. This will have to the
I
new
feel like
question.
it would be a very volatile
I don't think
reaction.
it would do shit. I don't think it would do shit.
Let's
It would
find
not
out.
mercury, but I think the bagman would. So how the fuck do we get this thing into the bag? Oh yeah, you just get a disguise self. Hey Sky, you could disguise yourself as honey.
Yeah,
Enjoy
but-
become the honey.
You
But you
become
understand what I mean with the question?
it's a
Because
question.
Yeah, I sent you. Yes.
You make
sent-
yourself including. Oh, you can't do everything, but you'll be fine.
Must adopt a form that's the same basic arrangements of limbs as you have, but if I'm a
No, you
limbless.
don't have any limbs, so
love.
you can adopt fucking anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Um,
thinking.
As you are talking about different ways to try and defeat the Mercury Dragon,
Yeah, daughter.
from the direction of the mountain, you hear very deep wails of very deep sadness.
Nope, that's a dragon. It's depressing.
I think we need to get. I think he needs to drink some espresso.
He's depressing.
That's
Okay, what
deep,
do we do?
though.
Okay, we have a magnet.
A magnet?
Yeah,
Oh.
wait. You can make a magnet. We put it in the bag of holding. We pull him into the bag of holding. We freeze him in the bag of holding. Show it with a bunch of gold. Put it in the ocean.
That will work.
Are you willing to
And then
lose
we'd
your
also
bag of
have
holding?
dealt with.
Actually, I
What?
can replicate your bag of holding. Wait a minute. Give it here.
I do. I'm not gonna use Galen's voice for a bit because I will go fucking insane.
Hmm.
One of my things that I can do is actually replicate a bag of holding.
With all the shit in it.
Not with all the shit in it, no.
Okay, cool. That's completely fine. I'd like to keep the honey and the fear demon.
I don't even know if that fear demon's even alive with all that honey.
Probably. It probably. I might have drowned.
Well,
it.
it doesn't
Who
need to
knows?
breathe, so
But
So
it depends. How stuck is it in that
Is
honey?
it just confused? Is it just confused about the situation?
no, it's actually liking the taste of the honey.
Honey. I might have tamed it. I might have tamed it. I
Are we
did.
gonna unleash a goddamn demon upon
Okay,
someone?
let's do that later. Focus on the Mercury Dragon. So we need to get. Okay, so nobody, could you make? You're an artificer, right?
Yeah, I can duplicate the bag just now with the items in
Yeah,
it.
okay.
It's one of my
Yeah, I know.
class
That's not
features.
important. Could you make a big ass magnet?
Yes, with the right materials.
Okay, what would you need?
Let's see. A lot of magnesium for one. A lot of
Okay.
metal.
Okay, wait. So
Trying-
metal's easy. Metal's easy. That one we
Then
probably already
something,
have.
and then something to charge the magnet.
Correct.
Electricity. Does anyone have an electricity spell?
I can gamble on chaos bolt and see if it turns electric.
Chaos.
Wait a minute.
Oh no! Oh wait, I can also use chromatic orb and just set it to lightning.
Okay, so the magnesium is. Where do I get magnesium?
We can ask the doors.
It's an
They
alkaline.
definitely
Yeah,
should
they
have
will.
mined some.
Oh, they definitely should have magnesium.
Yeah.
Okay, Galen would go over to the nearest dwarf mining company and. See
There's
if
no
he can
mining.
get the
There's
magnesium.
no mining companies here.
Ask the
Also-
king.
Ask the
Ask the king.
as
There's a king now.
One of the best tech workers that were helping you design the door
Mm-hmm.
then perks up and says, "You need magnesium?
Yes.
Yes.
We have a whole bunch in the shop.
How
Bring-
much?
Yeah, how much?
It, about 200 tons.
That
Oh,
should
That'll
work.
work.
How much do we need?
Depends on how big the
depends
dragon
on
is.
how big the dragon is, and if it's as big as
Hmm.
we think it is.
It is very fucking big.
We'll take it all.
They always might as well
It is.
use it.
It is somewhere between cupboard and castle.
So let's take the whole lot. We can never have too strong a magnet.
Are you sure we have enough money for 200 tons of magnesium?
Well, we're doing this to help this kingdom, so I believe they
much-
could see
How
this
much
as a.
money for 200-ton magnesium?
Well, for a regular person,
Including tax,
£1.
including tax and shipping cost.
Well, that's furrow, but for a regular person, for about £1 of it, it would be about 30 gold.
I'm gonna walk over to him and be like, how many for it to save you from the dragon?
Talk to the king.
Exactly. As
Through
I
the
really
door,
start
this
walking
dwarf's
off.
leader.
Okay, so you considering Gallon's not much of a talker, I'll ask Kron for any shock spells, I guess.
I have a shock spell. I can.
Yeah,
just
you have
cast.
a chaos bolt that does not count.
He
I have
has
chromatic orb.
Okay,
So I can just
Prismatic
use-
orb. Can you
Honest-
pick it?
Yeah, I can pick the element.
Okay,
When
this
I'm
is not gonna
casted.
go. Okay, cool. You okay? Just let's go to King.
Hello, leader of the dwarfist
I
dwarves.
also do have an idea.
Oh,
Could-
that
Just-
fucking asshole's back.
We need to
Galen,
ask you for a
would you
favor.
mind holding?
The bag of
As
holding seems
for-
replicated at this point. It's already been done. It's like a class
Uh,
feature I have. I don't need to roll for it or anything.
Yep.
Asshole needs fuck ton of magnesium to make magnets to take care of Mercury Dragon.
Yes. So we want to see whether you could help us with the funds needed.
Afterwards,
Yes.
we can take care of children problem in 2 different continents.
Just-
So can you please do this quickly?
Just tell him it's for the king and get that fucking ice dude out of here. He's
Fair enough.
starting to get on my nerves.
In that case, I
Okay.
have another question. Do you happen to have some sort of lava pit or something nearby?
There was one at the base of the mountain, but we think the entrance may have caved in because no one's been able to find it for at least a few years.
Okay, so you might have to use something else.
Mhm.
And
What
as,
do-
as the player, what my idea is, Cinder could make a electricity thing that uses heat to make electricity.
Hey,
She's done it
Cinder,
before.
why don't... I have an idea. Why don't
Wait.
you make yourself
Thermal
hot?
reactor.
Wait, I need to do maths here. How fast would Gallon need to run to conduct electricity?
Oh my god, a hamster wheel!
Well, if you are on a hamster wheel, probably as fast as you are.
You were probably
Okay.
exploded. But you didn't know what, like, fucking do it. Let's do that.
Okay. Well, issue is we need a hamster wheel now.
Yeah, I
How do
can
we
make
make a
that.
hamster wheel?
That's not
I
that
mean, I've made
difficult to
tiny
make.
ones. I could probably make a
I
big
will
one.
I
Let's do
will
it.
say this: you will have to make it out of pretty heavy duty material if he's gonna run
Yeah,
on it.
considering I'm gonna need to run so fast to make enough electricity to make a magnet that can pull an adult rat.
You're also gonna need earmuffs
There's one problem.
because
You
he is
kinda...
most likely gonna make a sonic boom.
we kind of have a problem to that idea.
Considering
If
he's
we're
gonna
going
be
to
in
lock
bag
the
of
dragon
holding.
into the bag, and they have to be, and we need to make the electricity in the bag, how are they gonna get out the bag after they get the dragon in while we throw it in there? Are
we
they
are
that?
we're putting the magnets in the bag. That's the difference.
Yeah,
You're-
but
you're
to make
underestimating how
them.
fast Gallon is.
Yeah.
How are you gonna
Yes,
put the
yeah,
magnet in it if
underestimating
it's gonna be huge?
Build it in the bag.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a sec. I need to calculate my speed.
Yep.
While y'all do this, while y'all figure out a way to make it,
Lachlan,
I'm gonna.
Lachlan, there's two ways we could do this. Or technically Lachlan and the party. We can make it in the bag, or I can use my recent spell enlarging and reducing and make it fucking tiny. And put it in the bag
Wait.
and put it back.
How? Wait.
Yeah,
Why
Now
don't we
that
just
would
buy?
make
Smarter.
much more
Enlarge-
sense.
I think enlarge
Wait.
reduce by smarter.
Yeah,
Wait. Why don't we just buy a normal magnet and just enlarge it?
because it wouldn't be forever.
We
Well,
don't need it to be forever. We just need it to be long enough until we can shove it into the ocean.
yeah.
It can only
so-
last up to 1 minute. I can't hold out for
I think
1
a
minute.
minute. I think a minute's long enough to drop a bag into the ocean.
Okay, just
Okay, so
How about to get the
Everyone-
dragon in the bag?
okay. Wait a sec. I need to quickly calculate my speed.
everyone roll a Constitution.
I'm in the middle of something.
Saving throw or just normal con?
Times two.
Saving.
Why?
Six,
Why are we doing?
Is it poison?
There's other shit's apparently
Plus-
happening while we're talking about this.
10 plus
18?
15,
Dirty 20.
16. I'm in the middle of something.
25.
Leave me alone. Okay, is times 2 times
Did
2.
anyone get below a 16?
No.
Okay, so just wait a sec. Let me roll. Let me roll dice roller.
Yes.
What? Oh yeah, that's what happened. I forgot I could do that.
Why is it automatically on D6 every time?
If
Because
it's poison,
Constitution?
I get advantage.
While we're
yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about this, I'm already
Saving
building
throw?
the magnet and.
No, that doesn't matter. 13. 13.
Okay,
14.
Blue and Gallons feel an overwhelming sadness overtake them as you all hear another cry coming from the direction of the
What
mountain.
the fuck would make Gallon sad?
Magic sadness.
Being
Right.
slow.
I cast it.
Continuing
I'll be
on.
real. Gallon's not fast because he likes being fast. He's fast because it helps.
Okay.
Lachlan,
Imagine something terrible happening to you.
He wouldn't give a
Lachlan.
shit. This guy is fully accepting that he will one day die.
hey,
I'm
Lachlan,
listening, nobody.
Imagine never being able to die
Do
and
I
having
need
to-
to
and having to watch
roll
everyone-
to make the shit?
I'd say yes for the magnetic least.
For the magnet at least. What do I need to roll? Sleight of hand or
Uh,
dex?
If it's to make something, that would be a craft.
Yeah, but craft isn't a thing in
Wait.
this.
Nope.
version.
The closest thing is sleight of hand.
Yeah.
That's the. Yes.
You could also just you could just do straight up intelligence or wisdom.
And with like the intelligence.
Okay then.
It's
Roll
another
it.
Wait, wait.
Times.
Hold on. 17.
That's
17. Oh, should I add that? Yeah. That would be 22 total. Plus
Yeah,
the
you
modifier.
had already passed it.
Okay. So it's even
150.
better.
The DC was at 15, so
Got it.
sound barrier. That's doable.
Alright, so if it's made, I'm going to. So both parts are made at the very least, correct?
With one
Yep.
haste potion, I can break the sound barrier.
So I'm gonna use one of my spell slots,
Or a
to
haste
enlarge and reduce, and shove into the extra bag of holding. And see
Now,
what happens.
Okay.
time to make it magnetic. Stand
Okay,
back.
cool. Okay,
Hey,
so if I got one haste potion or a haste spell, I could break the sound barrier.
Uh-huh.
So he can't break
Sure.
the sound barrier at normal speed. Got it.
No, not yet. I need either an action surge or a base kit haste, which I have neither.
Well, we
Try-
don't need that much electricity. We're going to need a lot, but not that much.
Okay,
No,
so how much do you need? Give me a number of speed.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I'd have to
Hold on.
divide it by 2 a couple times. Currently running around 300 miles per hour.
300. Oh, that's more than enough.
Okay, cool. Then I would not need a haste potion.
Now let's start running in the hamster wheel.
Okay.
Well, let's go anger the dragon first.
No, I think
No.
the first. Okay, cool. Okay.
Hmm. So
Actually,
how are we going
charge
to?
it first? Charge it first. Yeah, charge it first.
So yeah, I think charge it first, then dragon.
So how are we gonna anger the dragon?
Like when he's going this way.
Antagonize
You a
it.
bitch.
You went this
You a
way,
bitch.
And
oh,
exactly
they
what
were
Silver or
right.
Cinder said earlier. Antagonize the bastard.
You a hoe ass bitch.
So just
Huh?
so you want to make a joke about it and see if it makes it mad enough.
Fuck ass.
I mean, isn't there like a crossbow or something on the ship?
I have a slingshot. Could that help?
You have a gun
Yeah, why don't you just shoot it with the gun you have?
with the
Yeah, I
fucking
could.
rail gun.
I don't have the
There's-
rail gun. I have only 3 pieces of a rail gun.
Then shoot it with whatever gun you have.
Ah,
Alright,
yes,
good
because
shooting with the rifle.
Galen is so knowledgeable about how many pieces you need for an entire railgun.
I have a slingshot if that helps.
We're gonna use the gun, sadly.
I'm
Uh,
guessing
the
you have
slime
hopped
dude.
onto your ship by now and are heading towards the top of the mountain.
Yes,
Yeah.
we.
The
Well, is
magnet
everything
charged by
ready?
now, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah.
after that, prepare the freezing spell.
Okay.
After that, prepare the ocean.
Time for the rain of snowballs to take place.
As you get closer and closer to the mountain, you start feeling a sort of pit of sadness in your stomach.
Hmm.
Pit of sadness
Slowly
isn't gonna stop me
growing.
from this.
I feel so sad. I'm gonna have to put you in the ocean.
As well as hearing cries like someone mourning over a loved one.
Oh yeah. There's something I forgot to mention before.
Hmm?
There's a chance that my magic may go wild. Just so you know.
You
There's a low
mentioned that
chance.
now.
I didn't think it would happen with a giant dragon here.
Could not have mentioned that hours ago.
For the
Oh, I
sake
kind
of
of forgot
all-
to.
For the sake of our lives, I hope you don't.
Me too.
Okay, are we in position for me
Hey, I'll be
to shoot into the cave?
You are at the entrance of the cave and you feel a sort of rumble, but it's not like a rumble of something moving. It's more like a rumble. It's sort of like
A growl.
it's sort of, no, not a growl.
No.
Pressing.
It sounds like very loud sobbing.
Leave it to me.
Dragon
Hey,
depressed.
hey, cry baby dragon. Stop
Louis.
crying in there.
He-
Toughen up.
I don't even know the language.
Yeah.
I can speak Draconic. I'll just yell it at them. Draconic.
Shut the
Alright.
fuck up. By the way, this thing is full of probably non-draconic souls. What makes you think it understands draconic?
Maybe one of them may speak Draconic. We don't know.
Why not
Alright.
just go for the more reasonable one and speak to it in common?
Galen, are you ready to fly the ship away at the moment I shoot?
Yes.
Okay. Also, I want you to know I'm firing a flare gun, to be exact. I can change the bullets.
Yep.
Alright. On 3. 1, 2, 3!
Fire!
Did we get his attention?
You notice that the flare goes very deep, but it still looks like it could go even deeper.
we
And
anger it?
you just keep on hearing the sobbing.
God damn it, the thing's too depressed.
I mean, all
Ah,
we
Why
could
is
try
it
and do
depressed?
is get the bag to it. We gotta keep the
Eh.
bag closed the entire time.
so you want
But
us to build? We
lucky.
could.
And what's his name? Galen runs in with the bag closed.
Oh, great.
Oh wait, wait. So you're gonna grab the door so you can freeze it.
I have
You
dog
should
races
know by now that Gala
when-
takes everything seriously.
and I just run
Yeah,
in
that's
and
nice.
I wait until I see the run until I see the dragon.
Oh yeah, I forgot I can punch quite good.
Oh, I forgot. I punch. Lachlan,
I
Okay.
have 7 damage as punch, and I have a +9.
what
to hit.
happened?
As you run in, you notice it is really deep, like extremely deep,
Okay, so
and it sort of winds down like a corkscrew.
oh yeah, nice fucking flare. Alright, cool. I'm just gonna keep going until I find this thing. I should be able to hear where it's coming from, considering it's depressed.
Yes, as you get closer and closer, the rumbling of the sobbing and crying gets louder, and you. What languages do you speak?
I speak. Oh fuck. Let me go grab.
That's the best language.
How many are there?
It's like okay, so I speak common, vampiric, of course, and Sylvan.
We speak Sylvan.
You
because
hear-
it's funny.
You hear some words in Sylvan. What you think is draconic and as well as some vampiric.
What does
Ah, a
it
bit of
say?
everything.
From what you can make out, it's saying a name. Glaufma.
name? Laufma?
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, how the fuck's there vampiric in that?
They killed. There's a vampire in there.
Vampires don't have souls.
Someone who could speak vampire.
No one can speak vampire who's not a vampire. So the only way I could think that is if is if the dragon gave if they gave their souls to the dragon to become a vampire.
Good what?
That's the only way that could have happened. Okay, cool. So Laufma. Do I know anything about this Laufma person?
No,
Okay.
but you do remember that from that little what Galen thinks is a little storybook that there was once an Mercury dragon that went on a rampage and had it, and some parts of the story says that they took their egg. Some people took their egg.
So their egg is Laufma. With how long this thing is trapped, that egg's long gone, let's be honest here. Like, that thing was trapped for so long it got forgotten. So, plan didn't change. I don't care that it's a depressed mother. I am not gonna fuck around with the soul egg. And it's crying, that means that the egg's probably not here. Might be here. You know, let's hope it's also made of mercury. So I will run in and bag.
Or roll a dexterity
Okay, saving throw or normal?
saving throw.
That's not good.
That's not good.
Okay, well, if I do have insanely high dexterity, though, that might just save me.
Hopefully.
That's up. Okay, thank fuck. Because I rolled the 7, but that makes it a 19.
You manage to you open the bag at your speed at your running, with the Mercury Dragon in front of you, but the Mercury Dragon manages to hold on just barely and then starts running after you.
If it's running
Uh,
after him while he has the bag open, wouldn't he just run into the bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta sky just say,
I don't
fuck
think
you.
this thing is that smart though, so I think I'll just
It has it has multiple souls in its head.
You're
And none
also
of
What
them
do
have
you
thought.
expect?
not
I don't think.
Lachlan,
Okay, Lachlan, I guess I'll just try again.
you're
Or you know what?
forgetting
Fuck it.
that those
I'll
souls are all fighting for control at once.
Lachlan,
There's no way
fuck
this
it.
thing's able to hold on.
Lachlan, fuck it. I am going to run directly at it with the bag open.
It's going in that bag one way on.
Hang on, let me pull something up. Earth roll initiative.
Oh,
Initiative.
God.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay,
Wait,
20.
oh.
30, 20.
Okay.
Oh no.
Uh.
Roll initiative. Oh, AC, carry me now.
Unless you get lucky.
My AC is pretty high. My AC is an 18, so. The issue is that this thing, if this hits me, bonk. Or I could do something even stupider. I could turn into mist form right before I hit it.
It uses its breath weapon.
What's its breath weapon?
It can do blindness, poison. It can do blindness or poison to you.
Okay, poison. Do either of those affect me?
I don't think either one is effective in mist form.
On a mist form, no. Definitely.
If you were to go
But I
into-
haven't turned into mist form yet. I'm not close enough to this thing. So what do I roll against that, Lachlan?
Roll a
Poison.
Constitution save.
Only poison would affect me.
If I
Is my
had-
constitution?
I have an idea, Earth. It can go into
Yeah.
mist form, fly above it to like its head, and then get out of mist form and just cover its head.
17.
Yeah, that doesn't do a thing.
The poisoned? Or me?
It doesn't do anything to half your what you're gonna take.
Okay, sick.
The roll was useless.
No worries. If I survive this should work out. And then I could just turn into but here's the thing, if I wanted to keep holding the thing, I'd have to be in bat form. Mist form can't hold anything.
Nice try. There enough dice in there?
Okay, that's oh, I have one thing that might save me here. I have one singular thing that might save the fuck out of me here. I'm definitely not tanking that. But that's vampire.
Did you remember to level your thing up to level 6?
Nope. But it's not like even with level 6, I would not tank that.
Oh. Well, looks like someone's dead.
Nope. So it's poison damage, right, Lachlan?
Yeah, it is poison damage, but you notice that the dragon wasn't aiming directly for you. You just managed to just clip it, so you only take a quarter of that damage.
What's a quarter or is it 5?
I will only take a quarter of the damage.
Yeah.
I mean, I could tank it. Barely, but I could. I'd have 2 HP remaining. With, what's it called?
You then hear a hiss
Endurance.
sound.
Okay.
coming from where the dragon was aiming at. And you see what looks to be a horde of cylindrical green things walking towards you.
The fuck?
Aw. And it was trying to attack those.
Yes.
Well, okay, so how much damage did I take? I take a quarter of the damage, right, Lachlan?
16 point something.
So that would be, let's say 16. Let's say
16.
Yeah, just round it up.
I did not level up my character. I glitched out as well, so it's level 4 instead of level 6, but I think I'll be fine. I deal so much damage, I'll be fine. The only thing I did level up though was my speed. That's 16 damage. I'll immediately bring that back with 1d12 with endurance. 10, that would be 6 damage. So it'll be 29 HP. Okay, cool. So there is a bunch of cylindrical things behind me. There is a dragon in front of me. No one else is even quick enough to get down here.
Nope.
We have a ship. Can it fit?
No.
No,
No,
it can't.
definitely not.
You guys are probably running in after me, right?
Yeah, at this point, because they're taking so
Yeah.
long.
Okay, cool. So the smartest play here would be I will throw the bag towards the dragon, turn into mist form, and watch the carnage.
So you know, just after the dragon finished firing its breath weapon at the green cylindrical things, it says, "What are you doing here? I'm trying to keep these things at bay."
Yeah, because
Oh no!
yeah, because we'll do that later. We've already have like Galen doesn't really give a shit. Galen's not the smart person here. He got given a job, put dragon inside a bag of holding. We'll do that later. We'll handle the cylindrical things later.
As you throw the bag down and the dragon gets sucked into it.
Okay. Now the cylindrical things. Is there anything I can recognize about them? Also, how do I know that they're green?
Because they're green.
Yeah, but it's dark, so I wouldn't get
Yeah, dark
colors.
vision.
Yeah. Would I not
They
know they were-
glow green.
If they glow green, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, Lachlan, what do I already know about these things?
They're cylindrical and they have 4 legs. And they look like they're made out of foliage.
Are they fucking creepers? Are these creepers?
Creeper. Yeah, he found.
Out
They
of,
did
out,
found.
out of the campaign? Yes.
But Galen wouldn't know that.
No.
Oh man.
How many of them?
Yeah, how many are there?
Of the damage that the dragon did, there's about I'd say about
The only person that would have even the slightest chance of knowing.
25 left.
Yeah. Please tell me when nobody's character's here because she'd probably be able to tell Galen. So there's 25 creepers.
Yeah.
Where are they running to now? Are they running towards the bag?
No, they're kind of just wandering around because they don't notice any living creature.
We could. Okay, so these things are clearly scary. We could lock these things in the cave. I'm going to bat form, grab the bag before anything happens, and I want to start flying out.
And as you turn into bat form and grab the bag, the creepers start to follow you.
Okay, there's no way these things are fast enough to catch up, so I'm just gonna try to fly over them. I don't know how much space there's in this
Wait.
cave.
Are we just gonna get
If there's enough
see?
space to fit a dragon, there's enough space.
Wait, are we just
Yeah.
gonna see? Us character didn't just run past us now.
No, I imagine Galen would turn back into human form and warn us, right?
Yeah, tell him there's a giant.
That's not how Galen works, sadly. He just
Great.
if you guys go high enough for perception, you guys might see a really big bat carrying a bag of holding.
I mean, I do have a fucking tracker on your ass that still works even no matter what form you're in.
And also
I'm
do
Roll,
following
roll
realize
it.
perception.
when I said this is a big fucking bat, I mean it. This is like a Labrador-sized bat.
So we should
Roll,
see.
roll perception.
Do I roll with advantage?
Yeah.
Eh.
Find this goddamn bat.
Okay. 18.
That should see me, right?
Yeah. You just managed to see a flying bat with a giant bag. You see a giant bat with a bag of holding, and then you hear a hiss.
Alright, flying back.
Let's see, let's
Back
go.
we, back we go. Okay.
Yeah, Galen doesn't really like talking, so he would never say anything.
Considering I fly
Okay.
a lot faster than walking, the rest are probably still closer to the entrance than I am.
Yeah, I don't know how fast the creepers are. Hopefully not that fast.
As
Do we
I
just?
was flying, by the way, Falcon, I want to drop a grenade. A grenade or two.
Is it also nice acre? So
You notice a few of them explode as well when you drop them. But there's
Okay.
still more coming.
How many
Okay.
are there now?
There's about 23.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So only 2 exploded. That's nice. Okay.
Oh yeah. Earth.
Alright, I'm back. Yeah.
Can you open the bag quickly so we can freeze the dragon? So I can
No,
get
we're gonna
freeze-
drop
Are
the
you
bag in
okay?
the ocean.
No, we're gonna drop the bag in the ocean. I think the freeze is a bit too much.
Oh, but come on, overboard is better. It's better to be safe
Okay,
than sorry.
are you sure? Are you sure you want to do this?
It's only a 20 if I
Also,
get
you're
on
No!
a.
gonna have to do realize Galen has zoomed past you. How the fuck are you gonna tell Galen this?
Okay. So
I'll still
here's
be
what we're
close
gonna
to
do.
the entrance.
I'm gonna
I would
use
say
my-
you're back on the ship by now, but you also see a lot more than 23 creepers coming and falling out of the cave.
Hold
Galen
on.
would just
Hold
fly
on.
to
I
the
want to
ocean
do
and drop the bag.
something. Okay, give me 1 second because I got a mess of
If-
shit.
If there is one person that would be able to figure out that those things are explosive, it would be nobody's character.
Okay, so Longhorn, I'm gonna before they leave the cave, I'm gonna use an ability. I'm gonna use web.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a giant web that has no gaps in it over the cave of the door. Or door of the cave. Entrance of the cave. There we go.
Even the door.
Cave of the door. And that should prevent them from leaving, at the very least.
It does stop them temporarily, but then you hear about 10 explosions go off.
So now there's only 13 left.
As there's now some holes in the web.
Okay, plan B. Let's blow them up.
Okay, now here's the thing. I think nobody would like to keep some of them not blown up so that she could keep some gunpowder.
Considering that they blow out the moment anything gets near them, I don't think I could.
Yeah, then don't get near them. Just shoot them.
Sure.
Cut them in two by the middle.
you-
touch the
you also-
flint in the lower part of their body.
You also notice that parts of the web have started to sprout green sprouts.
It fucking excuse me?
I think that's how. I think that must be how they reproduce.
Oh, fuck that. Nope, burning hands.
Okay, find. Okay, can I
No,
cast
so
Fireball
let's
now and
first
make
do
that
that.
thing burn?
Let's first do gun.
Or
Well, I'm gonna
Fireball.
stop the reproduction first.
Fireball does
Later,
both
I'll-
at the same time. We both
That
burn the
thing-
web.
Not coming back within less than 6 seconds. Also, Galen's gone and dropped the bag in the ocean. Tell me if anything happened.
Well, the bag's closed.
Yeah,
You
oh
should-
no,
you-
no. If that bag ever opens, the first thing that thing is doing is dying.
But they can't open the bag now.
And that bag is sinking. I'm telling you.
Wait, isn't it stuck in? Isn't it stuck to a magnet right now as well?
Yeah.
To a magnet in a bag of holding on the
In the
bottom
ocean.
of the ocean.
Wait, is it that whole ocean gonna disappear though if that bag opens?
No,
wouldn't
it would
think
only be
so.
able. It would only be able to take 500 pounds.
So yeah,
Okay,
no.
so no, okay, it's not like a
And
lake.
thankfully, the bag sinks, which means that there is, with how far Gallon would have went, there is absolutely no. If it does end up being a problem, it'll be a problem in a solid couple of 100 years, which.
It'll be a future gallon problem.
Well, you also have to remember there are sea serpents all over the place.
If they eat it, they're popping the bag, which would open up a portal to the astral plane.
That would not be a good idea.
Which
Things spill out.
we'll cross that
Logan,
bridge when we get
Logan,
there.
we're using
What?
burning hands to not only burn the web, but also burn as many creepers as I can get in my range. It's a cone of 15
Lachlan,
feet.
tell me when.
Uh-huh.
Lachlan, tell me when Gallon's back.
Yeah, Galen gets back.
Tell me when. Like
uh,
he's
right,
already back.
like-
Fuck.
Yeah. He's ridiculously faster.
Alright. Fair enough.
You made it halfway. You made it all the way across the continent. A continent
Right.
before.
The ship.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah. As you use your spell, you notice the creepers that are slightly caught on fire explode, as well as the spores also get destroyed along with the web. But you also notice the creepers that exploded has spread more spores.
What the fuck?
So am I allowed to play Plan B?
Yes.
Okay, I cast Fireball! still, I got that wizard spell.
It's a
Not even a-
loading them to spread.
It's not even a rage, it's they have to make a save to not get hurt.
Roll for the percentile.
Well, for
I don't
50.
seeing it over there.
Huh?
50.
50? Okay, you cast your spell as you wanted it.
Okay, they need to roll a,
How many
Perception.
exploded, Lachlan?
Huh?
How many exploded?
About
There's
Well, it
about
depends on-
5.
13, minus 5.
But you also have to remember, each one, when it explodes, spreads about 13 spores.
Lachlan, the entire area I just blew
Okay,
up
we
is now
need
on
to stop
fire.
the fuck-
They ain't gonna those
We
spawns are
need
just
to
caught-
stop the fucks from exploding. That's the tactic.
So freeze them instead.
Before they go
guess,
into
yeah.
Freeze
something
them
else.
or
or
shoot
like-
them, as I'm now getting my
Wait,
rifle in
how-
air.
How about shape water?
Oh yeah! Can I? Oh, yeah. Well, I need some water.
Hmm.
Can
You
go-
are on a snowy
Okay.
mountain, so...
Lachlan,
Oh yeah, I'll
Lachlan,
just
Question
use
mark.
the snow and
Question.
just
Okay,
force
yeah,
it
fair enough.
water.
Lachlan,
I'll just
I'm
use
gonna
Yeah.
count.
snow.
I'm gonna count to 5, and I'm gonna roll a dice for aiming. Because I'm in the
Okay.
sky shooting a rifle.
Done.
Is it a 9 hit one?
Yes.
Okay, so that's minus 1. We're at 7.
Lachlan, what happens when the thing is shot?
I have to find out.
Hang on.
I imagine it does not explode.
I think it may.
Depends on where you shot it. Where were you aiming for?
The head.
Yeah, it poofs and dies.
Okay, it does not explode.
Oh, don't. So don't. Okay.
And
I'll-
left behind is a pile of what from a distance looks like ash.
Okay, cool. So shoot in head and let's see if ice works.
Yeah. I'll
Or
cast shape
water.
water twice because I can have it basically acting 2 times. So that is 35 for the first one and 94. Did any of those things mistakenly go haywire?
Hang on, what were those numbers again?
34,
90
95.
Yeah.
Nope. Those are all good.
Okay, so I can now test on how I still don't know. I'm surprised my fear's not gone up. So I can know they're blowing up.
Not gonna roll to 8. The hit.
Yeah,
it's-
that hit.
So we're at 6. Does the water do anything?
You notice it appears to slightly make some of them bigger.
Well, that's nice.
Okay. Gun.
You know, wet gunpowder doesn't go boom.
Okay, so gun. Use gun.
That's 13 hit.
Yes, 13 hits.
Okay, we're at 5.
Lachlan, I will try to go for the head of one.
Okay, with what?
With my claws.
Okay. Uh, as as you do that, roll a dexterity save, please.
Oh shit.
Not gonna
That's a 15.
I mean, they explode slowly, so you should be able to get up with that.
46.
Yep, I got hit.
What was your thing, nobody?
12.
12. Yeah, that hits.
So we're down to 4.
Earth. Take take 4 damage.
Okay, cool. So I'm not trying that again. I guess Gallon's kind of dysfunctional, so you're just gonna sit out the fight for now.
Wait.
Okay, so we just do damage now.
Do I
Is that
kill it
14
though?
hit?
How'd you
It
know?
explodes, so there's now more spores.
Oh yay.
Lachlan, you didn't
What
do
was
the roll
yours,
right
nobody?
for
14.
D6.
Yeah,
14.
at 14. Yes, that hits.
And no, the die.
Work on these things. I don't know. You're
dice
kind of
disappeared.
forced to do that as well, aren't you?
Where did my die go? I'm gonna roll the other
You
one.
don't really have anything long range, do you?
Yeah, I have 2 die.
You want to die?
10 damage, Earth.
10 damage. Earth.
15.
What happened to me? I turned mist form.
Yeah,
Why am I
when
taking
you attacked
damage?
it. When you attacked it.
Well, I did not take 4 damage.
And
Yeah,
then you take 4 damage?
I misdid a thing. I
He did-
writ B instead of D.
Okay.
Lachlan,
gonna
can I
15
cast
hits?
Ray of Frost at them?
Hang on. What did you say, nobody?
15.
Yes, that hits.
Okay, I'm gonna just roll the last 2 already because we're getting another 15 and a 10. Both of those hit.
Yeah.
Okay, there are no more fucking creepers.
Are there spores?
Yes. But I also
Fire!
have a
From-
vacuum.
From Earth.
Oh yeah, you have the vacuum. Yeah. Wait, bag of holding.
No, that's gonna be a.
There's one bag of holding left.
Yeah,
And
you're
that's-
playing.
You're
Your...
just gonna-
Complicated.
Don't
Yeah, I
listen to
know.
nobody.
I got
So we
my
ha-
vacuum.
Yours is filled with
Okay,
honey right
you
now.
use vacuum. We put vacuum spores into a bag of holding.
Isn't
Great.
bag of holding full of honey right now?
Yeah, only 250 pounds.
I thought you filled. I what?
Okay,
Thought
then I
you
need
went
to
for
make
the
a
max.
roll to
It's
vacuum all the
500.
spores.
Yeah, I thought you went for the max.
You really need to roll.
Yeah, roll a perception. Actually, no, sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Okay, that's better. 18 plus 2, that's a 20.
To suck up most of the spores.
Okay, put spores into bag and keep going.
Taking out the canister and throwing it in.
Yep.
Alright, new canister, let's go. Do you need to roll again?
What you gonna do with this cave? Because the remaining spores kind of just floated back into the cave.
If we let it grow, then we're gonna have a nuke underground. You guys accept this, right?
Yeah, so we have to go back and get the spores.
Yeah, you have to go back. What's his name?
That's the one with the bag of holding. Get in here.
Yeah. Galen does not have the ability to use a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, but you have the bag of holding. You're gonna hold it open for me. Now, come on.
Okay, fair enough. That's definitely the smart thing.
So is this normal then? Or
Okay, am I rolling again or no?
No.
Okay. Did I get all the spores?
You managed to get all the spores, but roll a perception check for me.
oh no.
Great. He's right behind me, isn't he?
Yeah,
13.
Oh my.
13.
Did I
Yeah, you hear a.
Motherfucker.
No,
And I
no,
turned into the mist.
no, you don't.
Okay.
You fall into a trap door
What?
in the floor.
Can you use my wings to break my fall?
Did I notice? Did Galen notice it all?
No,
Okay.
he's too busy doing the job that he was asked to do. Sit there and hold the bag open.
I just look into the bag. I just see a void full of honey and the green canister. I just look back. I look back into the
As you break your fall with your wings, you see a another wooden crate with the same fire rune on it, with the same rune on it.
Oh, great. I'm gonna approach it, I guess.
As you approach, lights turn on all around you.
Shit, that's right.
Uh-oh.
Hey!
As you get closer, do you put your hand on the crate?
Yeah.
As you do so, the crate burns away, and you have another piece to your weapon.
Oh, great. Now we're
But
four
there's
out of
also a note with it.
10. Are you gonna tell me that now or later?
We'll tell you that in a mini session.
Okay.
What's on the note? You ugly.
But I will say this: the trapdoor's width is a bit too small for you to actually fly out.
Oh, that's nice.
But you do see a ladder on the floor.
Yeah, that
Damn,
works.
that's a good ladder. Man, that's a good ladder. Literally climb from fucking floor to floor.
Alright, using the ladder. Let's go. Get me the fuck out of here.
Do I just hear at the
Um,
bottom? "Toosh"?
Sort of. But yeah, that's where we're gonna end the session as you hop back on the ship. To head back down to the
Okay,
head
and
back down to
we
Dorville.
put both of the vacuum canisters of creeper into the bag of holding, right?
Yes.
Are we making spicy honey?
Yeah.
We'll say this: do not use the creeper spores. They will come in handy later on.
Okay.
Did I get that
Weird.
what looked like ash on the way back to the ship? As I imagine it's gunpowder.
Yes. And yeah, as you pick it up, you notice it is gunpowder.
I will happily take that.
Yeah. Okay, so we
And
killed
that's the
dragon.
end of the session.
Well, that was something.
Well, you've delayed the inevitable with the dragon.
Yeah, but